Would your company choose a side between China or the United States? Have you noticed that there is this talk of Chinese stagnation? How much money have you spent on your booth?
I can do that.
Stinky tofu.
Stinky tofu.
Yes.
Good, let's go. Spicy hot. It's not stinky.
We can be friends and should be friends.
Okay, very nice to see you gentlemen, Mr. McLinden and Mr. Zheng. We are going to have truth or dare moments. Let's look at this news headline, which is from a few days ago, China and Australia frenemies. Have you heard of this word?
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
No, I just think we are friends.
Minister, I'm so glad to see you here at the CIIE. An article suggests maybe the biggest challenge Australia is facing now is not how to maintain a balance between China and the US or to choose a side between them, but instead how to serve the interests of its own people. What do you think?
Well, firstly, you don't have to lose a friend to make a new friend. Our biggest diaspora of any other nation is Chinese Australians. The second language spoken in Australia most is Mandarin. We can be friends and should be friends.
I would want to have everybody as my friend, both China and the United States and New Zealand and Europe.
Well, I think that's what the headline there says. Australia does not have to choose.
Does not have to choose.
Between
Indeed.
China
And I agree.
and the United States.
Is China headed for a Japan-style lost decades?
People have been saying some of that now for nearly 20 years.
But there's probably more millionaires in China than there are people in Australia, so they're our market.
You have negotiated the 2015 trade agreement between Australia and China. How would you comment on the implementation or the development of trade since then?
It's been outstanding. 40% of all of our exports now come to China. The increase in trade since 2015 is 142%.
How often do you visit China?
This is my 51st visit during my professional career. I first came to China in 1984.
I wasn't even born.
Everyone rode bicycles.
Yeah,
Then
right.
they rode scooters. Then they had bad cars. Now they've got great cars. Right?
What areas hold potential for bilateral
The
cooperation?
things that we do best, more from products and further into the service offering that we've got in Australia. And similarly, in reverse, there's a lot of what China does that we need.
So maybe we have Australian wine, Australian medicine here in China, and someday in the future we can have Chinese high-speed rail in Australia.
Well, high-speed rail, I agree. I've been involved with committees to try and bring it into Australia for 15 years now. That's another story, but we need it. That's the next stage for us.
I assume this is not the first time that you've been to CIIE, right?
It's the third time. It's a great initiative. You don't find any other country inviting people to bring their inputs in for display.
How much money have you spent on your booth?
I can't answer that. I can't answer that.
I actually don't know. A lot of this booth has been funded by the Australian government. So we personally haven't had to spend too much at all, really.
So they would like to promote trade between China and Australia.
Correct.
Is that the same with your booth?
Yes, same.
The most embarrassing moment that is triggered by cultural differences when you do business in China?
I choose not to answer this one.
You have to try a special kind of Chinese food, stinky tofu.
Stinky tofu.
Yes.
Good, let's go.
Here's stinky tofu.
Spicy hot.
Yeah,
It's not stinky.
not stinky. How do you feel?
It's good.
I actually have some pictures of Chinese cities. I would like you to guess which cities they are. So we got this tall building, very tall building. Where is this?
My goodness. You should show me the pictures which don't show buildings built in the last 3 years.
It's Shenzhen.
I've seen cities transformed. The other side of the Bund, on the other side of the river, was rice. Guangzhou, same thing. Even the last 20 years ago, where there are now 7-star hotels, was all rice paddies.
What is the silliest thing you ever done to impress a Chinese business partner?
Not answering that, I'll have to dare.
This is traditional Chinese zodiac signs. The 12 animals.
Yeah.
Choose one animal and then act it out.
I'll go rat, and it's
If you use one emoji to say your expectation for China-Australia relations, which one would you choose?
I think they've been like this,
Okay.
right? But they can get to this. Right? I mean, it's...
Which one would I offer for my business relationship with China? I
Yes.
think this one here or this one here.
Yeah.
This one here, I think. Either those two.